A very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome back to continuing coverage of Ashland Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. We welcome you to Arrow Arena, where tonight it's a boys varsity matchup between the Arrows and the visiting Mansfield Senior TY Tigers. David Wilson here along with Chris Mowry. Our game tonight also brought to you by Hedstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. And Chris, back to OCC play for the boys. We see the JV game going on right now, but a big game as Ashland is coming off a very nice win against Mansfield Madison.
Yeah, I was in attendance for that one. It was really good. The highlight of the day, right, the Bo Lacey play of the game was undoubtedly Reed Emmons posterizing, and I don't say that tongue-in-cheek. He literally lit the thing up and dunked it, flushed it right on a Madison Ram, and the crowd erupted, and the Arrows walk away with a victory there, as they should have. They played really well. Pax Hediger, we'll get into it a little bit further, but on fire, having a really great game, and he got a nice yin and yang, Batman and Robin, if you will, from Reed, who was held to only a bucket in the first half and then exploded for 19 in the second half.
Well, the Arrows now 2-3. That win snapped a three-game losing streak, all pretty close losses for Jason Hess's club, but now 2-3, 2-1 in OCC play. We'll check the standings here in just a little while. Meanwhile, Senior comes in 4-1. They suffered their first loss of the season in a last-second manner against Lexington. That was a last-second layup by Jaden Perkins of the Minutemen for a 63-61 Lexington win on Tuesday night. We'll be getting into all of this on our Countdown to Tip-Off show as we get you closer to the start of the varsity game. But first, it's time for our game day guests, the team at Whitcomb and Hess. Proud to bring you our game day guests. They have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow with your business and investments. Our game day guest today, talking a little bit of AHS baseball, brand new coach AJ Beer. He's with Chris.
Yeah, thanks, David. AJ, good to have you on. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you guys having me. Well, we need to get him unmuted. Nope. 3. We'll try this one more time. Good to have you, AJ. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Hey, we were working through tech issues, hey, nonetheless, but you got to hit the buttons. You got to get the buttons
you guys
right,
are a lot smarter than me.
Yeah, well, listen. I love the compliment. I'm going to tell you thanks, but it's not me. I have to be honest. It's Garth Boyd, it's Brandon Gunter, it's Brandon Wells. There's a lot of those guys getting it done. But, hey, thanks for coming on again. Let's start with football. We're going to get into a lot of baseball, right? But we're going to start with football. It's been an incredible run the last 2 years. Like, literally, arguably the best 2-year stretch of Arrow football. The question I have for you, I've asked Coach Valentine, I've asked Coach Stackhouse, Coach Sauter, and I'm going to ask you publicly, what's going to stick with you when you think about this group and this last couple-year run that you were part of the staff of?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great group of kids. What sticks with me is their work ethic. I mean, they led in the classroom, but they led also on the field. They worked extremely hard. They were very hungry to win, very hungry to better themselves, and that sticks with me the most out of this group. And obviously, Coach Valentine, he gets the most out of everybody. I jump off a cliff for that man.
Yeah, so. I think everybody would, right? They run through the old analogy, the brick wall, and so on. You know, I was sitting with Coach V a week ago in the JV game, and we were just talking for Arrow football. And I told him, I said, you know, I want to thank you again, because from just a community member, now granted, I'm involved with a team and I'm around all the time. But it reminded me back to 06 and 05, 07, when Taylor Housewright and that group just set the world on fire in Ashland, right? And that was really the first squad. And I told Scott, I said, look, it feels the same way again with what Nathan did and Gunner and Tyler Sauter and some of those guys that graduated last year. Like, they laid the foundation again of what to expect, putting 3,500, 4,000 people in the stands at Community Stadium on a Friday night, traveling to away games with 1,500 people in attendance. And do you feel the same way that this group kind of reignited the whole thing?
Absolutely, and you know, they kind of lay that foundation, like you said, and again, it goes back to them as kids willing to put in the work. They put in a ton of work and put in a ton of effort to get us to be in a successful spot.
Well, let's flip gears over to my favorite sport. That's baseball. Anybody who knows me knows that's the case. Recently named head coach of the varsity baseball team here for the Arrows. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
excited.
You've been a part of the staff for a very, very long time. I assume you guys are deep into the off-season program.
Yeah, absolutely. Our off-season program actually started in September. We were dead in August per the state rule. But Coach Stu, I have a great staff. They hit the ground running in September while I was coaching football. Went 3 days a week. We're still going 3 days a week. So it's been good. Our kids are working hard.
All right, sounds good. Well, you kind of segued it. Let's get into the staff. Who's going to be with you for 26?
Yeah, so I got Coach Justin Dew with me. He's kind of been my right-hand guy from the start. And then Rob Obrecht's back. I'm glad to have him back. He does very, very good work developing players for us. So I'm very fortunate to have him back. And then I got 2 newbies with me. Justin Garver, he's got kids in the district. He's got some experience coaching travel baseball, so I'm excited to have him. And then actually, I just hired a volunteer. Justin Kaiser is gonna volunteer with us this year. He's got an interest in coaching, and I'm excited to see him in a role to lead into coach.
What is Jay Kai doing these days?
So he's with his family business tattooing. So he's doing some good things tattooing, and he's definitely a good addition for our staff. And yes, I've got 3 Justins on my staff.
Oh boy, just 3 Justins. Are you going to get some ink from Jay Kai?
Maybe, possibly. We've talked about it.
What would it be?
So, it'd probably be something more family oriented.
Okay.
Having 1 daughter, going to be soon 2 daughters, so it might be a little family oriented.
So you let the cat out of the bag. Mama's got 1 more cooking in there.
She does.
When
yes.
does she do?
She's due, ironically, right in the heart of baseball season. April 12th is her due date. Probably be a little earlier than that. She's scheduled C-section.
April 12th, and AJ Beer's a baseball coach.
Yeah,
we weren't valedictorian, were we?
No, we were not. Absolutely not. I can tell you that.
Absolutely. What differences? This is just a general question, right? And not looking backwards. We're going to look forward. What differences can we expect to see with Aero Baseball with an AJ Beer led and coached team?
Yeah. So. I have a lot of credit to give to guys like Coach Goff, who I've been coaching with for 8 years. He took a chance on me, and I appreciate him greatly. And he kind of laid the foundation down for this program. He inherited a program that was kind of down. He left it much better than he found it. And so I have a lot of respect for him for laying that foundation. And now that I'm in the role, I think the number one thing that Justin Dew and I have talked about, is just kind of establishing a culture, a winning culture of, we have core values now that we're going to implement, and a lot of small ball talk in those things, so we have a lot of good ideas, I feel, going forward into the season, and it's all credit, to the guys before us that have laid down the foundation, and obviously the common goal is to beat Worcester, so we're trying to work.
Music to my ears.
We are trying to work every day at beating Worcester some way, somehow, whether that's a bunt, whether that's a steal, something small to win a game, So we're excited. We've hit the ground running since about September. So.
Okay, so in football it's Lex, in basketball it's Lex and senior, in baseball it's Lex. It's always Lex, but it's historically baseball as well. Why is it that your focus is to beat Worcester?
Well, focus to beat Worcester. I mean, they've ran the league for years now, and it's credit to Coach Young. He's got a really good program over there, really good culture. You'll hear me say that a lot. Culture,
really good summer players too,
and he does, and a lot of good cultural-based things that he does over there for his program. Yeah. And you'll hear me harp on culture. Culture in baseball is key. If you have good culture, you're going to have guys that are going to want to play for you.
Yep. So let's talk about 26, the squad. We talked about the staff. You've got that. What are you looking and expecting from the 26 staff? We'll have a preview show. We'll get into it much deeper, but just a high level.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of returning guys, about eight returning lettermen that I looked at this morning, right? And we have some youth that have some good characteristics to them that we think can be good ball players that need a little bit of love, need a little bit of development, but we think that they can be really good ball players for us. And the leadership of the seniors has been really good for us. And we have some juniors, Miles Farnsworth being one of them, that he steps out and leads. Evan DeHinden's coming back off of injury.
Yeah.
He's looked really good in the offseason, right? Noah Merrill's working hard.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of younger guys that can help propel us. And again, that senior class with 8 of them, right? We have 8 seniors, right? They're really working hard and leading for us here this offseason.
Well, hell, last year, Merrill wasn't even in the lineup opening day. The kid hits .540. I mean, he ends up over 500 for the season, so you found a piece there. Jeff Hickey's a piece, Evan DeHinden, as you said. Miles Farnsworth, look, let's be honest, I expect him to take a step. Yeah. It's time for him to take that next step. He's put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it. He's got a good build, a good frame. I think you'd probably agree.
Well, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Both him and Evan, we were expecting big things out of this spring. If we can get that 1-2 punch with them two, we think we can be pretty successful on the bump. And then it comes down to we need to manufacture some runs to support them. Right, support those guys on the bump. We can get some runs. We're gonna be successful.
Boy, you're speaking my language, because I remember we used to run Brian out there on Tuesday and Falk out there on Wednesday, and I'd sit up in the stands just yell for 3 runs. Right? Because that's the reality. Like, Luke Bryant was going to hold teams to 1 run, and Logan Falk might give up 2 or 3, but if you got 3 for him, you were in the contest. Yeah, if you can hold anybody under 3 runs, you have a pretty good shot at getting a ball game, but you also have to manufacture the runs yourself, And like I said, with Luke, Luke's his own beast, and a beast in his own, right? We have that expectation of Miles and Evan. We want them to go out, give us a really solid outing, and us to manufacture runs so that we can be successful and be on the winning end of things. What can the fans and the Arrows supporters, look, there's a lot of people come out to the baseball field. It used to not be that way, but it seems like it's more and more and more and more people that are coming out in the spring to support the Arrows. What can the supporters and the fans expect, from you and the staff and the kids, exciting things coming up here in the spring? Yeah, I mean, we have great community support. Very appreciative of our community because they support us really well. But for us, we want to be that team that upholds our core values as a program, but also has that energy to play every day. We want to come. It's kind of like work. I tell guys all the time, you come to work, be excited to come to work, get the job done. If you play loose, you have some fun with it. Okay, you play together as a team. Coach Dew and I have adopted a philosophy, we over me. The whole coaching staff is that, we over me. If we can be successful together, we're going to have some good things happen for us. Well, I'm ready for baseball, partially because it's blowing 40 and spitting snow and sleet outside. So anytime that can get here, weather. This is baseball weather. My first game is not about me, but I'll tell the story because we kind of segued it. My first game at Hillsdale was at Crestview. I fielded a ball at shortstop and threw a zinger to first base in the snow and uncorked this thing as hard as I could. It went over and hit Ted Sauer's truck. So that's my claim. My first play made it E6, but fortunately not too many there after that. Well, congratulations again. Yeah. Really excited for you and the staff. I'm excited to watch your squad play, and can't get here soon enough. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, head coach of the baseball squad, AJ Beer. David, back to you.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Great to hear AJ. We wish him all the best as they move forward toward the 2026 season. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Once again, our game day guests brought to you by Whitcomb and Hess. They have all your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs. They'll help you grow your business and investments. We'll be back in just a moment as we will get things going in earnest on our pregame show. It's the Arrows and the Tigers tonight here at Arrow Arena, and we'll have more pregame coverage after this timeout on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Welcome to the Countdown to Tip-Off show, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. We are back here as the teams warm up here for the varsity game. Pretty nice outing for the JV squad, 61-41. They knocked off the Tigers in the matinee game, and so now, Chris, the varsity will try and follow suit, but great to hear from AJ. Very exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely. AJ's been around this program, not only, I say program, I should say the district. He's been here forever. He's an alumni of Ashland High School, and he's been a football coach for many years, a baseball coach, you heard him say 8 years. It's been a little longer than that in football, but, you know, highly respected here in the community. You know, he's well-known, well-liked, and, you know, look, it's like any time you turn the page, right? The old Bob Seger adage, turn the page and it's your next man up, and it's his opportunity to lead a program, guide the ship, if you will, and we'll see what he's able to offer, he and his staff and his kids.
Well, as we turn our attention back to this game between the Arrows and the Tigers, let's check the Arrows record and OCC standings. They're brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Worcester. Checking those standings, Dover continues to lead the league, 3-0. Lexington is 2-0. And then you've got 3 teams, including the Arrows, at 2-1. Senior, New Philadelphia, and Ashland at 2-1, just a game out. West Holmes 1-2, Worcester and Madison 0-2. Top 4 teams in the league are all 4-1 overall. That's Dover, Lex, Senior, and New Philadelphia. Besides this game, only 2 matchups tonight. West Holmes is at Dover to take on the league leader, and Worcester is at New Philadelphia. So let's look at the Whitaker Myers Arrows record and standings. The Arrows are 2-3, 2-1 in league action. So these teams are tied with league records. This is the Priest Dental broadcast booth where we're coming to you live. Priest Dental is your hometown dental leader. Proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs. Well, never a dull moment here when it's Senior and Ashland. This is a rivalry game, very important to both teams. Mansfield started out 4-0, and then they took it on the chin against Lexington. A very tight game, but a dagger at the end by the freshman Jaden Perkins.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I saw that score, you and I were talking off air, I was shocked. I did not expect this senior high squad to fall to Lexington. It's just the reality that Lex is a different squad, and they're a different squad because Braden Fogel is not playing basketball, much like Nathan Bernhardt. He's going to Georgia to play football. Joe Caudell, he's not playing basketball. He's going to Michigan State to play football. And as Nathan Bernhardt, they're going to enroll in January for their first time being on campus. But they have Seven Allen. And let's not forget, Seven Allen is going to arguably be potentially the OCC Player of the Year. He's very good. He's very dangerous. So Lexington, must have had it all going right and all clicking correctly. And, look, they got a 2-point victory over Senior High School.
Well, they sure did. While that was going on, Ashland played very well against Madison. You mentioned it earlier, Chris. You were at the ball game, but just a great game for Pax Ediger. 25 points, 3 rebounds, and Reed Emmons, the senior, 19 points. Great 1-2 punch developing for the Arrows.
Well, I'm going to give away one of my keys to the game already, and that is Pax has got to find a Robin. Look, he's going to be Batman for this squad all season long. There's no question about that. Much like the girls' game when we talk about the ladies. It's Kennedy Lacey, she's Batman, and we got to get a Robin to go with her. Same thing with this Arrows squad. Whether that's Pax, with Reed, or it's Pax with Gabe, or it's Pax with Garrett Davis, it's somebody that's going to have to get up there in double figures, approaching 20 points. Pax is going to get his 20-25 every night out, but we're going to have to get somebody to go along with him as well.
Friends, the official watch location for Arrows Athletics this year is the South Street Grill. It's your home to catch Arrows Athletics if you aren't able to attend Arrow Arena right here in person. South Street will carry Arrows basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. That includes tonight and tomorrow afternoon. That'll be our next telecast here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network, as the ladies will be here at home against Dover in a 1:30 matchup. Time for our injury report. Chris, it's brought to you by Fickus Furniture. No need for the big box stores. Fickus Furniture has your needs covered. Pretty healthy squad for the Arrows. Grayson Baith continues to be out. On the Mansfield side, a little bit depleted. They're without Javion Jones tonight. He's a senior guard. They have not had the services of JVR Reynolds all season. Otherwise, it looks like most of their regulars are ready for action.
Yeah, fortunately for the Arrows, outside of Grayson Baith, as you highlighted, the Arrows been pretty healthy. Big nicks and bumps, right? You go for a layup, you're going to get knocked down on the turf here. It happens, right? But other than that, no real serious injuries to speak of, fortunately. And as you noted, it looks like senior high, outside of the two players that you commented on, are pretty healthy here. So we're expecting a pretty good contest here inside Arrow Arena tonight.
You talked about the Lex senior game. Lex is coming in here Tuesday night, so this is a big back-to-back for the Arrows to try to get on track.
Well, you highlighted the OCC, and the Arrows find themselves in 5th place inside the OCC. Lex and senior and whatnot, two teams that we're going to see in back-to-back contests here tonight, and then on Tuesday, as you mentioned. If the Arrows want to keep track and keep pace inside the OCC, look, let's be honest, you want to say they're must-wins early in the season, but you almost feel like you've got to win these next 2 games if you want to have a shot to hang a banner.
Great atmosphere here tonight, Chris. We've got the jazz band. We'll have them coming up on our national anthem and at halftime, and a good crowd coming out for the ball game. Friday night basketball, nothing like it.
Hey, I love it. It's cold, it's blustery, it's windy, it's not a blizzard, but it's colder and cold outside right now. So, hey, come on inside here, Arrow Arena. If you're checking us out on YouTube, come on down to the arena and support this squad on. And yeah, Friday night basketball in Ashland is a lot of fun.
All right, we'll take a timeout here, getting closer to the tip-off of tonight's game between the Arrows and the Mansfield Senior TY Tigers. We'll get it started for you when we come back. We'll have the lineups, the keys to the game, and the tip-off, all coming up right around the corner on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We are back here at Arrow Arena. It is Ashland and Mansfield Senior tonight. We're getting close to the national anthem. Chris, while we got a chance, let's go ahead and knock out the keys to the game. They're brought to you by your hometown vision leader, Ashland Eye Care. Proud AHS alum Dan Denbo will handle all of your vision needs. In your mind, what's important for the Arrows tonight?
Well, I've been watching Mansfield Senior basketball for 20 years, and it's the same carbon copy year after year. Look, they want to get up and down the basketball floor. The more shots they can get, the happier they are. You're not going to see a ton of half-court sets. You want to get up and down the floor. And then what they're known for, pressure man-to-man defense. Trapping up high, full-court press, pick them up at three-quarter, half-court. traps and presses, they're going to be doing that. We'll see if the Arrows can overcome that. On the flip side, we've got to hit shots. We've got to get the basketball inside the goal to have a chance to compete with the seniors high club. The Arrow's going to have a Robin to go with that Batman, as I said earlier. Pax Ediger's going to get his. We need somebody to get theirs to go along with him.
Well, it's time for our national anthem. It will be presented this evening, as it always is, by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland for over 40 years. Teams are lined up. We'll pause now for the playing of our Star Spangled Banner. Our national anthem presented by the AHS Jazz Band. We'll hear more from them coming up on our halftime show. Time to check the starting lineups for the ball game. It's brought to you by the Truly Inspired Paper Company. For all your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between, Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. First out for the visiting Tigers, coached by Marquis Sykes in his 9th season. They will go with Kalen Brooks. He's their leading scorer. He's a 6-foot sophomore guard, averaging 22 per game. Devontae Johnson will also start in the backcourt, a 5'11 senior. He's averaging 7 points, 3 assists. DJ Corbin will start at a wing position, 6'1". He's a senior, averaging 5 points and 6 boards. Andrew Brooks Jr. starts at a forward spot. He's 6'1", a junior. He's averaging 8 a game. And Rashad Reed Jr. will start in the backcourt. He is a 5'11 senior, averaging 14. Again, it's Kalen Brooks, Devontae Johnson, DJ Corbin, Andrew Brooks Jr., and Rashad Reed Jr., the expected starting 5 for the TY Tigers. Now for Ashland and head coach Jason Hess in his 11th season. They'll go with Gunnar Lacey. He's a 5'11 senior, averaging 4.5 points per game. Gabe Baith, a 5'8 senior, who dished out 7 assists in the game against Madison on Tuesdays, averaging 14.5. Baith, a 5'8 senior, will start in the backcourt. Reed Emmons at a shooting forward spot, 6'3". He's a senior, averaging 8 points, 2.5 rebounds. Garrett Davis at a forward spot, 6'1". He's a junior. Davis averages 8 a game. And Pax Ediger in the backcourt rounds out the starting 5. The 6-foot senior is averaging 23.5 points a game. He's coming off a 25-point effort against the Rams, has a team-high 12 threes, and he's also pulling down 6 rebounds a night. Lacey, Baith, Emmons, Davis, and Ediger, those are your starters for the Ashland Arrows tonight. Time to check the referees, Chris. They're brought to us by the 419 Barbershop in downtown Ashland. Matt and his team have all your needs covered. Who will make the impartial calls tonight?
I see Matt Trukovich in attendance here tonight inside Arrow Arena. Good to see him inside taking a Friday night basketball game. Some guys that we are familiar with. They're here frequently throughout the season. J.J. Jamison, Kevin Lehman, and Kirby Kaiser will be blowing the whistle tonight here inside Arrow Arena.
Ashland 2-3, 2-1, back here at home after 3 tough road games. in which they played very well. In fact, they scored 75 points, Chris, their season high, and that was in a loss, a shootout against Clyde, 79-75. But you talked about hitting shots. This team has shown the ability to put points on the board.
You know, it's ironic. You highlight Clyde. We went into halftime of that game. We didn't have anywhere on pace to get to 75. It showed you the second half explosion and the ball going in the cylinder here for Jason Hess's squad. I think they're going to have two halves like that tonight here to keep up with his vaunted Kalen Brooks-led senior high squad.
A lot of orange and black and white.
A little bit of brown
between the two teams. Senior will be in their traveling orange uniforms, and Ashland in the home whites trimmed in orange. The tip-off and team colors brought to you by Linway Restaurant, quality food and fine service since 1951. We are ready for action. Glad you're with us. There's the opening tip of the game. It goes to Senior. Driving layup, not there for Corbin. An offensive rebound, an immediate foul will result in 2 free throws for Senior. Gabe Baith guilty of the foul, and away we go tonight here at Arrow Arena.
That didn't take long.
Nope.
That back tap from Reed Emmons in the tip line there, and it goes right into the hands of Corbin, and he goes down off the glass. No good, but does get fouled after his offensive rebound. Gabe Baith picks up the first foul.
Corbin now 2 of 5 on the season, and he makes that one. And that's the way the scoring begins, with a single foul shot. 1-0 Tigers, and here come the Arrows for the first time. Man-to-man defense for Senior to start out. Gabe Baith handling the ball. Ediger with his first touch. And right to the rim and lays it up and good.
You love to see that from Pax. Just take the thing over, get down the painted area, and go up strongly off the glass there for 2 for the Arrows.
Nice driving layup there, but it won't go down the hatch for Andrew Brooks, and now the Arrows throw it away. The Tigers will take over. First quarter brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. We're just getting warmed up here. Ball knocked away, and Mansfield will keep it. Good double team right there on the sideline.
I think head coach Jason Hess thought that might have went off the Tigers, but the officials overrule it and say it's going to be Tiger basketball.
Got it into Reed, and now back to Kalen Brooks, who poured in 28 in their game. A loss against Lexington. Short jumper in the lane will not fall. Another offensive rebound, and Johnson will knock down the shot. Devontae Johnson.
That's what we talk about all the time. You got to get a hiney on somebody and box out. You cannot allow these offensive rebounds.
3-ball left corner. Reed Emmons hot early. And it's 5-4 Ashland. They'll get it into Johnson, who hit a 3 last time down. Reed comes out, works his way to the top, guarded by Gunnar Lacey. Got blocked from behind as the Arrows converged on him. They'll call the body foul on Lacey, who got a lot of ball, but that'll result in 2 free throws for Rashad Reed, the senior. He's a 78% foul shooter.
You know, David, I like that foul, right? He got around Gunnar. He was going to be unimpeded towards the glass to go up off the glass and probably get that one converted. Send him to the line here early in the game and see if the Tigers can earn it. And then Reed, as you mentioned there, he just misses the first one.
One more for Reed, and he knocks down the second. His first point. We are tied 5-5 first quarter. Emmons picked up defensively by Brooks. Spinning around on the pivot foot. And a 5-second call will turn it over. Second turnover for the Arrows. Here come the Tigers. Kalen Brooks, knocked away. That's a turnover. Taken away by Ashland, and a double dribble called against Garrett Davis.
Ouch. Ouch. You get the turnover from the senior high best player up beyond the timeline, get it in a fast break opportunity, and really it was going to be uncontested, David, and Davis does put it down, but double dribbles on the way to the goal.
So be Johnson working out by the center circle. 2 minutes gone by first quarter. Rivalry renewed tonight by the Arrows and the Tigers, and Reed knocks down the three. He has 4 points. 8-5.
A little different look for the Arrows. Davis was going to run the point there.
Ediger working on the left, got to the low block. Finger roll will not go, and it's the third rebound of the night for DJ Corbin. Brooks for three, left side, no. Put back, no, by Corbin. Tipped out of bounds. It's going to go to Ashland. Corbin has 4 rebounds, 3 of them offensive.
Well, broken record. You know me now. By now, we've got to rebound the basketball. We've got to get a body on somebody and stop this offensive rebound onslaught by the Tigers.
Ediger brings it up. Man-to-man coverage by Devontae Johnson. Baith. Back out to Davis now. Used up the dribble.
Nice look there.
Baith down Lacey. Low. Lacey got hammered. Now they say a travel. Turnover number 4 against the Arrows here in the first quarter. That's not anything new against Tigers opponents. They pressure you and force turnovers. Reed gives it up. Corner pocket 3. Johnson not there. Ediger brings down the rebound.
Time to get Pax Ediger going here. He's got 1 bucket. He's going to let this one go from the side. Doesn't get it to go, but a good shot. I want to see him start to put the ball up towards the basket.
Nice pull up for a mid-range there. It rimmed out, and a turnover. I think Brooks dribbled that right on the sideline over there, right in front of one of the officials. So easy call. Our first Suds substitution will be LeBron Williams, the sophomore, comes in averaging 4 a game, and he will replace Kalen Brooks. We also have Killian O'Brien checking in for Ashland, first sub of the night for Jason Hess. O'Brien playing at just his 2nd game. Nice back cut, but it was knocked away, and Williams steals it. Another turnover by the Arrows, their 5th. And the jump shot up and good. So LeBron Williams gives Mansfield a 10-5 lead. He comes off the bench, gets a steal and a bucket.
Well, I've heard the name LeBron here a bunch already tonight. I'm certain that out of my mouth at some point it's going to be LeBron James, just out of happenstance.
Emmons a long 3, and who gets it? LeBron Williams. And he'll drive to the bucket, leans in, and looks like a blocking foul. So he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Emmons tried to take the charge, but he'll pick up his first foul and the team's 3rd.
You know, midway through the first quarter here, let's be honest, Senior High's got 6 or 7 offensive rebounds, a couple threes, and far too many transition opportunities. Fortunately for the Arrows, they haven't converted them all, but they've had a ton of opportunities to get running in motion like the Marquis Sykes squad wants to do time and time again, and it's falling right into the Senior High game plan.
Ty Bates checks in, and Garrett Davis comes to the bench. Bates, a 6'2 senior, averaging a point a game, 2 boards. Williams, his first trip to the line this year, and he got the 2nd. 3 points for him. It's 11-5. This is a 7-0 run by the Tigers. Baith deep left, off to Ediger, right corner, perfect 3-ball.
That's exactly what we needed to do. He heard me up here asking for it, and Ediger gets a good look and converts it, and there's the Arrows forcing a turnover on the Tigers wanting to go fast.
3rd turnover on senior, 11-8. Ediger down low, throws it up with the right hand, won't go, got his own miss. Up top, O'Brien to Baith for 3, no. Rebound to Killian O'Brien. Ediger for 3, top of the key, no. And the ball finally tipped out of bounds.
Hey, great job right there. I know it's not football season, but Ty Bates will be getting a helmet sticker. He's down there aggressively, getting his hands going, and he is fighting for that rebound. Knocks it out off a Tiger player, and we've got a Marquis Sykes counter manufacturing timeout.
Timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30. We'll keep it right here. Timeouts brought to you by Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs. 3:03 on the clock. Tight game right now, 11-8. Mansfield Senior, the 3-point lead. Ediger with 5 early points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, I think if you're head coach Jason Hess, and he's probably not saying this to his team, but I'll say it for him. I think you're only down by 3 points. You've got to feel pretty darn good. As many offensive glass that you've given up, transition opportunities, and the Arrows are dodging bullets right here, and they're getting a couple shots to go. Ediger just knocks down that 3. Another offensive glass down here. Turnover, going to be Arrows basketball again.
Bates to trigger the play. Baseline left. Ediger, catch and shoot 3. Off the rim, no. And the rebound yanked down by Corbin. That's his 5th rebound here in the first quarter. Now he is ruling the glass. Johnson to Corbin. Devontae Johnson fires. Right elbow, in and out. O'Brien down with another rebound. That's his 2nd since coming off the bench. Emmons jump pass, but it's picked off. This is Rashad Reed going up strong, absorbed the foul. Emmons picks up his 2nd foul. Turnover number 6 against the Arrows led to the breakaway. And Emmons will make him earn it at the line, but that's foul number 2 on Reed.
That's a big foul. You're most likely going to see Reed on the bench here for the rest of the first quarter and probably at the beginning of the second quarter here for fear of foul trouble. You don't want to go into halftime with him having 3, so head coach Jason Hess going to sub him out. Garrett Davis will come in since substitution, and we may not see number 4 here for a little bit.
Did hit a 3. Davis back in for him. I believe Kalen Brooks back in for Senior. Shot up and good. 6 for Rashad Reed here in the first quarter. 13-8.
6 already for Reed, as you mentioned. He averages 14 for the game, so he's on pace to really do much better than that scoring average here tonight.
O'Brien to Baith running the floor. Ediger trailing, fires, knocks it down. Ediger with 8. Baith has his 2nd assist. They run the court very quickly, and Brooks coaxes it over the rim with the finger roll for his first basket. O'Brien guarded by Brooks, top of the key, ball taken away, and Ediger is hurt. It's Corbin to jam it in. DJ Corbin with his 3rd point. Ediger seems to be all right. Here's another takeaway by the Tigers. It's number 8 in the turnover department. Here in the first quarter, LeBron Williams runs into a double team. It's 17-11 right now. Kalen Brooks up off the glass, no. Ediger with the rebound. 1-on-1 all the way to the cup, misses the layup. The rebound yanked down by Brooks.
Exactly how Senior High wants to play the basketball game. Up and down, up and down, up and down. As many shots as they can get, they want. And here they are, offensive rebounds, 2 on 4. Senior under the goal, 4 arrows, and an offensive glass there for Senior High.
Jason Hess, I think, agrees with the analysis there, Chris. He takes a timeout. So each team has taken a 30 here in the first quarter. And yeah, you're right. They're dominating the glass, no question about that, and dictating the pace.
Yeah, and David, that's exactly what can happen with Senior High. You're in a tight contest. You heard me saying about 4 possessions ago, the Arrows got to feel good. They're down 11-8. And boom, it's 17-11, and literally about a minute on the clock. Senior High gets it out, they go. They get it out, they go. They get it out, they go. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So the Arrows, when they do commit those poor passes that are in the passing lanes, the Senior High gets a hand on them. They've got to not sit there and watch the action. They got to get back and play defense, and we've got to continue and start and do a better job of boxing out on this end and stop these second chance opportunities for the Tigers.
It will be Ashland ball on the restart. Full court pressure by the Tigers. Brooks will Guard Ediger bringing it up. Ediger with 8 points, 3 boards. We have 1 minute to go in the quarter. Nice passing by the Arrows. It ends up in the hands of Bates. He banks it home. And it's 17-13. Long pass up court. Williams tried to throw it across the lane. He did get it to Sammy Likely, who's in for the first time. Williams for 3, left corner, no. Likely the rebound, puts it up, blocked, and a foul. Likely picks up the board. He'll go to the line. More foul trouble now for Ashland.
Well, right there, case in point, you see Likely coming in. Looked like Michael Jordan when he dunked it from the foul line. He come in with a head of steam from the elbow, crashing the boards. You know, you hear your coaches say all the time, if you didn't put the shot up, go get the rebound or make an attempt. And Likely, give him credit. He did just that. Gets it offensive glass, puts it back up, gets hacked, and now he goes to the line, makes the first counter manufacturing foul shot.
Killian O'Brien guilty of the foul. The Arrows over the limit now with 5, but that was a shooting foul anyway. Likely misses the second. The rebound to Davis. Arrows with 35 seconds left in the quarter. Bates in a hurry. He gets into the paint and ready for the kick out. I believe we've got a foul called against DJ Corbin of Senior. That's his first. And believe it or not, first team foul.
Isn't that amazing? As fast as they play and as out of control, arguably, that they play, they are one team foul. Ediger knocks down a 3-point goal, keeping the Arrows alive here. 11 points now for Ediger.
Three's brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, keep your car running smoothly with BB&C's regular oil changes. Rashad Reed right to the basket. He knocks it down for his 8th. 9 seconds to go here in the quarter. Bates all the way to the glass.
That was almost like Moses parting the Red Sea. And here we have a steal. And Killian O'Brien throws up a 3 right off the glass. And that'll end it to the cover control first quarter. 20-10. The TY Tigers lead the Arrows.
Well, it's a 20-18 ball game. After 1. Tight action here at Arrow Arena. We'll get second quarter play-by-play going when we come right back after this timeout on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right, on time. With free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Checking that scoreboard, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years, 20-18, Mansfield Senior. It is Ashland ball to start play here in the second. They'll get it to Ediger. He loves that spot, and that one rims out. And the rebound to Brooks, his second. He'll slow things up. Started in the half court. 2-point game, second quarter. Jazz band coming up at halftime on a big Friday night here at Arrow Arena. Johnson, little runner off the side of the backboard. Bates comes up with the loose ball. He'll drive to the hoop. Tried to give it to Ediger at close range, and it goes off his fingertips and out of bounds.
Head coach Jason Hess has the same thought that I did. Gabe, just shoot the basketball. Put it up. You've already done all the hard work. You got the steal. You beat everybody down the floor. I love the point guard mentality, but put the thing up left hand off the glass.
The mentality that pervades all levels of basketball, Chris, to pass up a 2-footer for a 28-footer is stunning.
And I don't subscribe to it, sorry.
That shot rims off the front rim. Brooks grabbed the rebound, but now Ediger comes up with his putback. So they walk away empty-handed, and Ashland has a chance to tie it with a bucket, take the lead with a 3. Garrett Davis to Ediger.
Clear
Trying to
out
play
with the
a little
left hand.
bully ball there, but they got him on a travel, and I was afraid when the whistle blew, Chris, it was going to be a foul.
Yeah, you and I saw the same thing. Pax kind of picked that basketball up and cleared that senior high defender out with the left arm there, left elbow, and tried to shoot it, but they got him for a travel. Fortunately, keep the foul off the board.
Reed Emmons on the bench with 2 fouls. There's a turnover by senior. Taken away by the Arrows. Here's Bates from the foul line, a little bit short. And Brooks down with the rebound. They get it ahead, and the second slam dunk of the night. This one by Brooks, his first 2. And it's 22-18. Long jumper by Ediger, deep behind the arc. And the defensive rebound is kicked out of bounds. Last to touch it, the Arrows, and Mansfield will take over.
Yeah, that's one where you kind of got stuck watching the contest on that turnover there. The Arrows committed, and it's a fast break opportunity. Brooks gets it in his hands and flushes it down for the first 2 here in the second quarter for the senior high Tigers. And, you know, sometimes you got to say, hey, we got to just start playing a little harder, right? You know, we've got to try and impede these, you know, transition opportunities for senior high school.
That went off of the fingertips of Brooks, stolen away. Kingston Jenkins in the game for the Arrows. O'Brien tries a long 3. It's way off the mark, and the rebound to Brooks. Here comes Sammy Likely. Brooks will launch from the top of the key and nail it. So he had a dunk a moment ago. Now he knocks down the 3 ball, and it's 25-18.
And just like that, senior high, 5-0 run here. Arrows need a bucket in a bad way. They're down 7.
Bates runs into a crowd. O'Brien. Now a long 3 off the mark by Jenkins. And Kalen Brooks with his 4th rebound. Devontae Johnson, the pull-up. Not there. And the ball loose, and it's knocked out of bounds. I think it goes off of Johnson, and so the Arrows will have it.
Arrows dodged a bullet there, David.
Yep,
Another loose ball there opportunity. Didn't put a body on anybody. Fortunately for the Arrows, the ball goes out of bounds. We're going to get a possession back, but that could have easily went back for another TY Tiger possession.
Ty Bates in on a Sid Suggs substitution. Lacey gets a breather, and Bates will bring it up against Johnston, opposing number 3s. 25-18 Tigers. O'Brien plays it off to Ediger, who has 11 in the first half so far. We have 4:55 to go, and there's Ediger all the way for the left-hand layup. The bank shot off the glass, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate. Ediger with a baker's dozen. 25-20. Brooks, beautiful feed down low. They get it to Davion Mack, who is in for the first time, Chris. His first 2, a transfer out of Mansfield Christian, back to a 7-point lead. Ediger, a long 3. That was contested by Brooks. It's way off the mark. Now Corbin. Brooks for 3. Soft shot off the rim. Brooks grabs the offensive rebound, but then turns it over. Down low, foul, count the bucket as Ediger attacks the rim, and he has 15 and a chance for a 3-point play. That and 1 opportunity brought to you by the Norma Foundation, rewarding big plays on the court and big ideas off it. You'll see it again right here.
Well, we talked about it, David. We've got to find the Robin to go with Batman, who is Pax Ediger. He knocks down that foul shot now. 23 total points for the Arrows and 16 off the fingertips of Pax Ediger. We need somebody to go along with him. It's not for lack of shots. They're just not going down, but the Arrows down by 4. It's been sloppy. Let's be honest. On both sides of the contest here for both squads, been a pretty sloppy contest. Lots of turnovers. The Arrows have to be fortunate, I would say, to be in the contest as many times as we turn the basketball over tonight.
Yeah. That went off the mark at point-blank range. Ediger had it, lost it. Tie-up is going to favor home on the arrow. It looks like it will be Mansfield ball. Yeah, I have unofficially a combined 16 turnovers, 10 for the Arrows.
That's either official or unofficial. That's a lot.
No question. But that's, as you mentioned, Chris, the frenetic pace that they want to play. They force a lot of turnovers.
They sure do.
Corbin, he's been excellent. He has 6 rebounds. That ball knocked away. Quick hands by Ediger.
And you can see head coach Jason Hess is trying to find the secret sauce here with his lineup. He's got Kenston Jenkins in the game earlier. Killian O'Brien's playing extended minutes. You know, we haven't seen Brandon Briggs yet. Gunnar Lacey started the contest, has went out of the game. So he's trying to find out something here that's going to work and give his team the best opportunity, this very athletic senior high squad.
Well, they got Jenkins on the foul. That's going to send Devontae Johnson, the senior, to the foul line. He has 3 points on the night. 6 for 6 from the line on the year. And he knocks that one down and has 4 points. Arrows staying in it. Trying to extend the lead. Missed the shot. The rebound grab by Jenkins. It's his first board. He has the ball back from Baith. Nice dish underneath. O'Brien has his shot blocked by Devontae Johnson. Pretty good rejection. Nice ball movement by the Arrows.
You know what the ball didn't do? It didn't hit the floor. Let's get the ball up, get the ball up, get the ball up. And the Arrows got it ahead of the senior high transition backside defense. Nice job there by the Arrows.
Replays brought to you by Sarver Paving. Arrows ball, throwing it into a crowd. Brooks with the steal. Another turnover by the Arrows, but the Tigers reciprocate. 3:17 to go before halftime. These teams will need the break.
I think you're right. They need a water break. Both coaches used 1 timeout thus far.
Pax Ediger across the timeline. Davis. Pull up, 4-2, not there. Weak side rebound pulled down by Mack. Mack is just a junior, and he will go to the line here as he gets fouled by O'Brien. That'll be his second. Mack to the line, Chris. He's a transfer out of Mansfield Madison. He was Mansfield Christian. He was the conference player of the year as a sophomore, and is closing in on 1,000 career points.
Yeah, 915 coming into the night, and he's got 2, so make it 917 point total for him. Make it 918 with that foul shot converted. But you know, he was the player of the year last year in the MBC, which is the Mid-Buckeye Conference, and obviously the boy can play some basketball, and he's finding himself in a versatile role here for the senior high Tigers.
He knocks down 2. Back to a 7-point lead. They match their largest. 30-23. Long 3 left side, a little bit short, and the ball out of bounds. I think it's going Mansfield's way. Arrows settling for some 3s here and have come up a little short. Emmons hit an early 3. Ediger has a couple.
And we've not seen Reed. We talked about that after that second foul. We haven't seen him since that second foul.
And that was with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Good defense played here by Bates. Andrew Brooks ends up on the deck as he tried to throw it inside. And they will call Bates on the foul. His first, team foul number 3. B.J. Corbin to throw it in. Rashad Reed, alley-oop, looking for Mack. Could not throw down the dunk. Baith came out of there with the rebound. Ediger, he will launch a deep 3. Perfect.
Well, Ediger keeping us in this contest. That's 19 markers for him out of the Arrows, 26 total. But how about Mack? How high did he get above the rim?
Boy,
My
that was
goodness.
impressive.
6'3", he got up at the top of the squared box at the top of the glass.
Ediger, another BB&C Car Care 3. Corbin misses. Rebound pulled down by the Arrows. And O'Brien. Ediger looking for contact. Missed the shot. Here they come on the break. And a late whistle and a foul. That's going to bail out Rashad Reed.
Well, I was looking for an offensive foul there when Reed put his elbow down, or his shoulder down, in his head. He ran through the Ashland defender there, but they went ahead and gave the personal to the Ashland guys.
That's Ediger picking up his first. We have 1:27 to go here in the second quarter. 4-point game at the moment, 30-26. It'll stay that way as Reed misses. He has 8 points in the game.
All in the first quarter, scoreless in the second quarter.
It was 20-18 senior after one. He makes that one, so 9 for him. Looks like Devontae Johnson comes in and DJ Corbin gets a breather.
Hey, let's be honest here. Let's look at the scoring column here for the senior Tigers. They got 9 points from Reed. The biggest thing is sticking out, 2 points for Kalen Brooks. He had 28 last time out and averages 22, so the Arrows doing a really nice job on Brooks.
He's gotten some boards, but has not gotten into the scoring column very much. Bates, nice cut. Davis, the turnaround, not there.
Here's a flush.
Andrew Brooks all the way down to Mack. It was broken up by Gabe Baith.
Great defense, handsy defense by Gabe Baith under the rack there. A little bit offline. You can see it on the Sarver Paving replay here. Once the camera catches up to it, Baith does a nice job batting that ball out of the way, but a little better pass, a little more directional pass. I think we see a flush there from Mack.
There's a turnover on the inbounds. O'Brien to Baith. Off the glass and down the hatch it goes. He has 4 points. 31-28, less than a minute to go. Second quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds by the quick hands of Garrett Davis.
There's a better job of the Arrows getting their hands up. We talk about this with the ladies a lot with the Arrow broadcast, but the guys doing a good job getting their hands up in the passing lanes. They got to do that against the senior high squad. They move the basketball so fast. You don't know where it's going to come from. You don't know where it's going to go next. Guys are always darting around here for the Tigers, and you never know if it's going to be behind you, in front of you, wherever. Get your hands up in the passing lanes.
Throw this one into the backcourt for Devontae Johnson. Senior has 4 points. Andrew Brooks comes to the ball. Wants to drive. Gives it up. LeBron Williams has been very good off the bench for Marquise Sykes this evening. 25 seconds left. That's Johnson in the lane operating. No, but tipped in by Davion Mack, who has 6 points off the bench.
And again, well above the rim, Davion Mack.
10 seconds to go, second quarter. Jason Hess calling out the play.
Offensive foul there, didn't get called on Lacey.
Ediger shovels it off to Baith for a long three. No good. And that brings us to halftime with the Mansfield senior TY Tigers leading the Ashland Arrows 33-28. The Arrows within 5 despite not shooting it all that well, Chris.
Well, not only not shooting it well, but turnovers. You got them unofficially for 11. It could arguably be even more than that. We'll see how the coaching staff scores it, but my goodness, if you're the Ashland Arrows and Jason Hess and the rest of the staff and players, you ought to feel pretty darn good that you're only down 5 points the way this senior high team is flying all over the place. And let's not forget, senior high is doing their fair share of turning the basketball over. You've got them for 8. So hasn't been the prettiest of games thus far. Arrows are still in it here. We'll see what they got to author up here in the second half. 19
points for Pax Ediger, who really kept the Arrows in it. Only 4 players scored. Gabe Baith had 4, Reed Emmons 3, and Ty Bates 2. And otherwise, it was all Ediger.
Well, we knew that was going to be the case. Ediger's going to get his 20 to 30 a night. Let's be honest. We just need somebody again. The keys to the game was let's get a Robin to his Batman, and the Arrows have yet not really found it. You know, Baith, as you mentioned, 4, Emmons with a triple, and then Ty Bates has got a single bucket. We haven't got any in the column from Killian O'Brien, none in the column from Garrett Davis. We'll see the Arrows going to have to get some other scoring here in the second half.
All right, let's enjoy the Jazz Band performance here at halftime. It's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville, from Chevrolet to Ford to Dodge to Jeep, and quality pre-owned vehicles as well. Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop. Let's check in with the Jazz Band and enjoy. the Jazz Band doing what they always do, coming through with an A-plus performance. Entertaining the fans here at Arrow Arena this evening. It's all brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships. Again, locations in Ashland and Loudonville. David Wilson, Chris Mowry back here in the pre-Steno broadcast booth. You see warm-ups ongoing for the start of the third quarter. And Chris, just a high-powered, high-paced, fast-break type of game. And you will get a lot of turnovers in that type of an environment. But I think the Arrows are going to have to try to take advantage and be a little more efficient with their possessions in the second half. If that means slowing down the game a little bit, so be it.
Yeah, it does. Let's look back to the Ashland Eye Care keys to the game. What were they for the senior high Tigers? They're going to play one and up and down style. Check mark. They're going to play pressure defense. Check mark. And what do both of those things equate to? They equal turnovers. They create turnovers, and then that allows the senior Tigers to take advantage of the turnovers they create on the other end of those transitions. And what do we say for the Arrows? We've got to hit shots. I think we both say we haven't done that other than Pax Ediger. And the follow-up to that, the 1B for the Arrows was going to be find a Robin to go along with Pax Ediger. You know, look, if Ediger isn't doing his daily, nightly thing with 19 markers out of the Arrows 28, this is a much different contest. So Ediger keeping the Arrows basically single-handedly in this contest here as we approach the comfort control third quarter. Scoring column for the Arrows is really bleak. It's 4 points for Baith, 3 points for Emmons, 2 points for Ty Bass, and then 19 points for Pax Ediger. So the Arrows going to have to get a little bit more distributing the basketball. Some guys putting the thing in the goal.
You know, here's another discrepancy in the Tigers' favor, Chris. 16 free throw attempts. Ashland won.
Wow.
In the first half.
Wow.
So that was a big factor. Both teams shooting pretty much even-steven from the floor, and we're underway here in the third quarter, brought to you by Comfort Control, 33-28. Tigers in the man-to-man, and it's Ediger to the right block, off the glass, and around the rim and in. He's up to 21.
You know, and back to that free throw disposition you mentioned there, what do the Tigers do? Transition, get the ball to the goal. That's what they want to do. What's that equate? Fouls. Yep. What do the Arrows do? They throw the ball up from 28, 30, 29 feet. Yep. And what's that equal? Long rebounds, offensive opportunities. It's a game that's written, and you could almost script what's going to happen with how these two teams play the basketball game.
Yeah, Tigers were 10 of 16 from the foul line in the first half. There's Corbin missing the shot. Baith comes down with the rebound. And a nice finger roll, but it won't go in. Ediger grabs the board. They'll reset the offense out front. Now Baith matched up against Brooks. Pass off of the side of the head of Ediger and a steal. And the and-one opportunity for Kalen Brooks. Turnover Ashland. Of Davis the fouls. You see it again. Boy, Brooks so quick.
You know, the reality there is if you're going to foul him, right? Don't let him get that opportunity off the glass to make it a three-point play. If you're not going to foul him, really foul him, then let him go, right? It's not worth it, the opportunity for a three-point play, and Brooks does just that. Converts it. He's now got 5.
This is Emmons. Back in the lineup here, throws it away. Reed misses the shot. Ediger the board. Arrows fortunate there not to go any further behind, and Ediger takes it coast to coast. 23 for the senior.
23 out of the 32. It's the Pax Ediger show. We called a game a couple years here with a 53 piece from Alex Bruscotter out of Shelby. And right on cue, you know, Ediger, we'll see how high he can get it up here. But the way this is going, he's going to have quite a few points here by the time this game's over.
Another turnover after the Reed layup, and they run the break to perfection, and Kalen Brooks scores again. He has 7, and Jason Hess wants an immediate timeout. 4 quick points on fast break opportunities, and the Tigers have opened up their largest lead of 40-32.
Yeah, an 8-point lead, and we've had a couple 7-point advantages here for the senior high Tigers, but the reality is what's happened? Turnover, transition bucket, turnover, transition bucket, and a foul, 3-point play. And these Tigers can score, and they can score in a hurry, and they're doing that here. We're only a minute and 40-some seconds into the second quarter, but the Tigers have already put up 7 points.
5 quick points by Kalen Brooks, who had 28 in the game against Lexington, so we do know that he is explosive. And we've also seen Davian Mack, who has come off the bench tonight and just been a big factor for them. He has not yet played in the third quarter, but Arrows with those quick turnovers here, 3 here in the third quarter already.
Well, we were hopeful that they were going to get that cleaned up at intermission, and they may not, may get it cleaned up here in the third and fourth quarter the rest of the way, but, you cannot give this Tiger squad easy transition opportunities. They're going to pound you down into submission if you keep doing that, and as you mentioned, the Arrows have already given the basketball away 3 times here with 1:40 into the third quarter.
And Coach Marquise Sykes will employ a little full court pressure here. DJ Corbin will guard Ediger. Backs into the front court. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Emmons comes to the ball between the circles. He's guarded by Brooks. Brooks and Johnson, and Reed so quick. There's a turnover. Corbin, right corner 3. Perfect, nothing but net. DJ Corbin, he has 6 points. Steps behind the arc and makes it 43-32. He went for the steal, leaves Ediger open, in and out. And Baith down with the board. He'll kick it out. Davis for 3, yes. They'll give Baith the rebound and an assist. Davis with his first basket. They get it to Corbin. He might have had it blocked. Got his own miss and scores. Corbin now with 8 points. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 45-35. Ediger got Brooks up in the air. Inside, now the give back on the handoff to Ediger, and he scores 25. 45-37. It's two-man game there.
Oh no, wide open from the wing, and that one is converted for a 3-point goal by Reed.
He has 14. There's a turnover, and the other end, now up to 16 turnovers for Ashland. 48-37. Back-to-back threes, Corbin and Reed. And now it's Brooks getting fouled on the perimeter. Davis guilty of the foul. Quickness really starting to take the toll on the Arrows right now.
Yeah, it's absolutely taking, and I said it in the first half, the reality is Jason Hess trying to find a squad of his guys that are available to keep up with this athletic senior high squad. And what's senior high do? They just replace one athlete after another. That's been that way for 20 plus years, and tonight's no different. And they're going to run you into submission, right? It's almost like a championship boxer. You better be ready to go 12 plus rounds.
Likely is in, along with Mack and
Wow.
LeBron Williams. Scoop shot won't go in. Davis the rebound. Emmons 3 ball. No. Rebound tipped out, and it's grabbed on a run out by Williams. Underneath, Brooks missed it. Got his own miss. Tipped up, no. It's up for grabs, and it's Emmons coming up with the board.
Arrows now down 11, David.
Baith for 3 in transition, no. He got his own miss after the tip. He'll go up strong and score it. Baith really staying after it. He has 6 points.
It's the kind of heart and energy you need from all 5 guys on the floor for the Arrows there. Gabe Bates, just a willingness to not give in and keep going after that loose ball.
Rashad Reed Jr. out front. Gets it over to Sammy Likely. 9-point lead for the Tigers. Rare kind of half-court set here. Reed for 3, missed that one.
Oh my.
Turnover in the backcourt, never good. Mack trying the alley-oop from Reed, got fouled. Fortunately, was able to land on his feet. Baith picks up the foul. Free throws here for Davion Mack, the junior. He had 6 points in the first half. Corbin and Andrew Brooks coming back in. And Mack scores. He has 7.
Boy, Matt can get up. I know we've said it several times tonight, but, I want to, thankfully he landed on his feet. You highlighted that. You've seen that so many times where, a guy's trying to get in the way of the ball, the pass, whatever, and takes his legs out.
Yeah.
Gabe Bay certainly wasn't trying to do that. Just glad Mack was able to find his feet.
1 out of 2. Corbin the rebound. Back to Mack. Corbin on the perimeter. Gives it back to Mack. Drives baseline, spinning. Lost it, and O'Brien knocks it out of bounds. It's going to stay Tiger ball.
Not sure what that billboard is on the side of KOB's arm there, but he's got some fresh ink.
It sure does. That must have hurt.
I'm sure it did.
Corbin, by the way, approaching a double-double. 8 points, 8 rebounds for the Tigers. Mack to Brooks up top. Now Williams. 2:25 to go in a fast-moving third quarter and an offensive foul. Maybe a moving screen there against Andrew Brooks. His first, team's first. They have just not gotten into any kind of foul trouble despite the tight defense and the high tempo. Baith, guarded by Williams into the front court. Baith had it knocked away, stolen away, Williams. But now Ediger comes up with it. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. So Ediger attacking the rim, got fouled by Davion Mack, his first, team's second here this quarter. You are watching the Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Our third quarter brought to you by Comfort Control. We're at the 2:07 mark. Shot good by Ediger, and now has 26.
He good.
49-40. 41.
27 markers for Ediger. How about that?
This pass from Brooks down low to Likely, and he'll bring it back out to Mack. Arrows recover defensively. Less than 2 to go, third quarter. Ediger knocked the ball away. He's on the deck for it. And it is out of bounds off of Mansfield senior. Marquise Sykes can't believe it. He'll argue his case, but I think it might have been Corbin to touch it last. Good hustle by Ediger.
Yeah, good job. It's what the Arrows have got to do. We've got to just match the effort here with just tenacity, and you have to go after every loose ball. You've got to go after every possession. You are not in a position to give these possessions away. This game is going to just get, a track meet, and I don't know that we want to play a track meet. We want to play fast, but we have to play fast under control. A big difference there, as you know, David, between those two.
There's Marquise Sykes. He's in his huddle with the Tigers. Marquise has done a great job. They have a game coming up at home on Tuesday against Madison, so that'll be a big game for them. Ashland here at home on Tuesday night against Lexington. So we'll have that game for you. We'll have basketball tomorrow afternoon, as well as the ladies will be here at home against Dover. That's a 1:30 tip-off on Saturday. You can see it right here. There's Jason Hess working the officials. 1:47 on the clock, third quarter. Arrows need a bucket here. Down by 8. They have trailed by 11 in this quarter. Back cut. Ediger slipped but recovered. He's under the hoop, and the reverse is good.
Fabulous job by Pax Ediger, not giving up on the possession, almost like a receiver, and they say don't give up on the route, keep working. He did that just there underneath the goal and rewarded with a 2-point basket.
Used the glass on a Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate bank shot. 6-point lead now for Mansfield. This is Johnson forcing it up there, and Ediger.
Ediger says, watch this, boys. This is how you go get some glass.
Baith will attack. Little runner off the glass. Gabe Baith, 8 points.
Arrows cut it down to 4, David, under a minute to go. Big spot here for the Arrows.
Looking for a defensive stop here with less than a minute to go in the third. DJ Corbin all the way to the hoop.
We're allowed to take charges in this league, right?
10 for Corbin. 51-45. Emmons for 3, yes!
Big shot from Reed, his second three-point goal of the game.
They advance the ball very quickly, and a blocking foul called against Emmons. The shot went in. We're going to see this again on our Sarver paving replay. Brooks attacking the goal. We'll count the bucket. He has 7. So it is a 53-48 game with the free throw coming. And he got it. Brooks, a 3-point play. He has 8 points.
Well, the Arrows doing, I said it just a little bit ago, doing a good job on Brooks. He averages 22, game high 28 last time out. He's only got 8 here towards the end of the third quarter. So the Arrows, one of the game plan points, they're taking care of that with Kalen Brooks, only 8 points thus far.
3 fouls now on Emmons. Final 12 seconds of the quarter. Ediger looking to shake Corbin. Into the lane, scoops it up, no good, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots with just under 7 seconds left. They got Mack on his second foul. One thing about it, Ediger and Baith have found lanes to the basket.
Yeah, they're not afraid. I mean, you know, Gabe Baith is 5'9". He's not afraid to take it in there with some trees, and obviously that's Pax's game. He's an in-and-out player. He can shoot it from 28 feet plus, but he's also, as you noted, he's not afraid to take it in the painted area, you know, and draw that contact looking for a 3-point play.
30 for Ediger with 1 more shot coming. 30. Make it 31. 2 out of 2 on that trip. 54-50. And the ball knocked out of bounds by the Arrows on the pass up court.
That's exactly the play the Arrows need to highlight. Garrett Davis right there didn't give up. He's working hard, gets his hands up in the passing lane.
Long 3 off the mark by Brooks, and that will end the third quarter. Our all-important fourth quarter is coming up next. We'll get play-by-play going for you. 54-50. Mansfield Senior leading Ashland on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We're back at Arrow Arena going to the fourth quarter. It's 54-50 Tigers. The boys basketball parent group would like to give a shout out to Applebee's for sponsoring our Applebee's Player of the Game, as well as Rockin' Our Meats for getting our student section rocking too. A lot of great people involved in that group. Underway here in the fourth quarter. We've got ourselves a tight ball game, 4-point spread. Tigers ball. They hold the lead right now. This is Johnson, pull up 3. Not there, and a foul on the back as Davis had good position.
Andrew Brooks picks up his second foul, but you can see the effort is increasing here for the Arrows. A couple guys down underneath the goal there in the painted area looking for a rebound. We need more of that.
Baith to Ediger, who has 31 on the night. Corbin picks him up defensively. And away from the ball, what do we have? Foul called against the Tigers. And Devontae Johnson. Don't see a whole lot of away from the ball fouls in high school ball.
No, you don't.
Something happening at the top of the key there. He's trying to hold on to Gabe Baith.
I mean, look, these officials, their heads are just like us up here in the pre-signal broadcast booth. Their heads, it's like a ping pong ball. You just keep looking left and right because there's no down action here between these two teams.
Ediger. Bounce pass inside. Davis thrown away.
Ill-advised.
Now the Arrows get it back. Jumper on the way. Off the back flange, not there, and Corbin down with another rebound. They advance the ball quickly. Brooks for three, in and out. The skying one-armed rebound by O'Brien.
Keep that rebound up, keep KOB, keep the ball up, don't bring it down.
Davis got fouled, almost hit the circus shot. He'll go to the line for two. I think Corbin got the foul. I think Johnson is going to plead his case. Corbin got the foul, so I have that for two on him. And Johnson going out on a sub. I don't know what was going on. He was having a little bit of a conversation with one of the officials.
I was trying to pay attention to listen too. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was almost he was escorted off the court. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Shot up and no good. Garrett with one more. Has three in the game, along with 4 rebounds. 7:01 to go in regulation. Boy, what a game we have tonight between these two rivals. And the second shot good. 4 points for Garrett Davis, the junior. That makes it a 1-possession game. Tigers by 3. Corbin, aggressive move, scores, count it. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Killian O'Brien, the foul, as we see it again on our Sarver paving replay. Just getting downhill there, Chris, and taking it right to the glass. He's a load. He is a load to try and stop. He has a dozen now. And he knocks down the free throw. So just like that, they double the lead.
Well, what's the difference in this game so far here through the early parts of the fourth quarter? The difference is run-out transition buckets by Senior High, getting fouled in the act, going up, converting them. And Pax Ediger, for us, has not put the ball in the goal here in the fourth quarter. You hate to tell a guy with 31 markers, you got to keep scoring, but that's really what's got to happen here. The Arrows finding ways to get the ball in the goal. Garrett Davis gets one at the stripe, but, you know, we need Pax Ediger to continue that fire spot that he's had all first 3 quarters here into the fourth quarter to give us a shot.
A Connery Manufacturing timeout. 3 left for the Tigers and 2 left for Jason Hess and the Arrows. Ashland won the JV game tonight by 20. Varsity teams are locked in a good one here. 57-51.
You're going to see some full court pressure here. It might be token full court, and it looks like it is. Going to pick it up man-to-man here at half court.
Baith hands it off to Ediger, and down the lane he goes, and off the glass and in. A Ward Real Estate bank shot, 33. Now a ball knocked away by Emmons, leaping up and deflecting that pass.
I promise I wasn't in that huddle there on that timeout, but I think they heard exactly what I was looking for, and Ediger goes ahead and gets 2 more points, 33 on the night so far.
Corbin high on the left. Brooks posting up on Baith. Mismatch there, size-wise. He forces up the shot and gets it to go.
That is just pure strength right there.
59-53, and Baith gets bumped inside. They're going to get Mack on the foul.
Boy, that was a 50-50 call. Could have went either way. Unfortunately, Baith got rid of the basketball just in time, and they called him for a block.
That's team foul number 4 here in the quarter. 1 more, and they're over the limit. Ashland only 1. Emmons.
I tell you what, if I'm head coach Jason Hess, I'm looking and imploring guys, take the ball to the rack. Let's get into the bonus as quick as we can.
Ediger got Brooks on the flyby and then hits the mid-range.
That's 35 points for Ediger.
59-55. Boy, what a night for Ediger. Driving, Corbin left it short. Emmons took the board away, but I think they're going to call him on the foul. Rashad Reed had the ball. Looked like it was just ripped away.
Yeah, I just, you make the foul call, and a kid's going to be angry because he didn't believe it. But, at some point, it's time just to go to the scores table. Let's get the foul call. Let's get the basketball game going. They're not looking for extracurriculars here. Come on.
Reed into a crowd. The ball stolen away by Ediger. Turnover, Mansfield. Ediger to Baith, trailing. Ediger for three on the left. Bingo!
On fire, 38 points from Ediger, and he's single-handedly keeping his squad in the contest. The Arrows trail by 1.
59-58. 38 points for the senior. Spin move all the way to the rack, and it hits the rim about 8 times and drops through for Kalen Brooks. What a move. He has 9. The Tigers seem to have an answer every time the Arrows get close. It's still a one-possession game right now. Emmons. Ediger way downtown. Heat check. Not there. O'Brien saves it inbounds to Davis, and he scores. Give Killian O'Brien the rebound, the assist. Davis has 6 points. 61-60. And now a foul and a little shove late by Brooks.
We've got a Bo Lacey turning point of the game to give out. I think we could hand that out about 12 times thus far through the contest, but my goodness, just with the Arrows, you think they're falling too far behind, they come back, and they come back, get a good defensive standard, hit a triple, Pat Ediger doing his thing. This is going to turn into a really good basketball game. The Arrows only down by 1.
Long three off the back iron. Ball's on the floor, and Ediger has another rebound. 4:25 to go in regulation. Bucket here puts the Arrows in front here on their home court. Baith out of Emmons. Ediger right now being guarded by Rashad Reed. Underneath, Davis puts it up, partially blocked by Corbin.
Right there, Garrett Davis has got to take it up with physical strength towards the goal. Most likely he's going to get fouled. That puts the Arrows in the bonus right there. Huge missed opportunity.
They have been trying to blanket Ediger and Baith, and Garrett Davis has seemed to be the guy who's been getting the ball underneath. And now they're going to get Baith on a foul. So they're starting to call this game pretty tight.
Yeah, tighter than it has all night, that's for sure.
That's 14 fouls against the Arrows now. Baith with his 3rd. Baith now with 3. Emmons has 4. Davis has 3. Long 3 ball not there. Mansfield putting up some ill-advised threes right now, and O'Brien down with another rebound. I have that for 6.
And the other thing about senior high with these long shots they're putting up, no one in the painted area to rebound. It's a role reversal from early in the contest. When I was barking about the Arrows doing that, senior high is doing that now.
Well, they got Likely on the foul. Or no, they said Brooks. Kalen Brooks. And Baith hits. So Gabe now with 9. And we're tied at 61. How about that for a turnaround? The Arrows trailed by 11 in the second half.
We haven't been tied since center tip. The Arrows haven't had a lead until right now with 3:36 to go in the 4th quarter.
62-61. Bad pass, stolen away. It's on the deck. Let's see who wants it. Tigers come out of there with it. Shot was missed. Mack is fouled. Big rebound there by Brooks. And then Mack will go to the line. Davion Mack to the foul line to try and put Mansfield back on top.
It's 4 fouls on Gabe Baith. That's massive here.
Boy, what a scrum on the floor.
Perfectly called, David, exactly like a rugby scrum.
Mack with 1 more after missing the first. So right now, Both teams over the limit foul-wise. Everything will be a 2-shot foul from here on out. That one's good. He has 8 points off the bench. He's a nice-looking player. 62 apiece.
Time to find Pax Ediger, get him going again here down crunch time.
38. He's got the ball, launches a 3, off the mark that time, and the rebound to Brooks.
Yeah, ill-advised shot. I know Pax wants to put it up. I want him to. Everybody does inside Arrow Arena, but that was not a real good look.
2:55. A long way to go here in regulation, but every possession critical now. Both of these teams 2-1 in OCC play. Big game.
Role reversal here. You see the Tigers want to slow it down here, run some offense, get some clock ran down. Marquis Sykes going to have a Connery manufacturing timeout call with 2:36 to go.
All right, we'll keep it here. They will talk things over as they want to strategize here with this possession. Now 62 apiece. I'm sure if you're Marquis Sykes, you can't believe that you're in a tie game coaching for your life here after leading it by 11. But Arrows have really taken advantage of the opportunity to attack the rim. They've done that all night, but seems like here in the second half, Chris, it's happened almost every time down.
Well, faithful Arrow supporter Chris Mowry frankly can't believe that we're in this position too, to be very honest with you. Knotted up at 62 with 2:36 to go in the comfort control fourth quarter. But hey, here we find ourselves. What's changed? Well, the change has been down low. The Arrows are rebounding the basketball one. What else has changed? The Arrows are not turning the ball over about every other possession. That has been the two things that have allowed this Arrow squad to claw back, get back in the game, and have an opportunity here late to come away, and in my opinion, would be stealing a victory here inside Arrow Arena tonight if we can come out successful.
It was 48-37, Mansfield. And so we've worked our way now to where there's 2:36 to go, and we're deadlocked at 62. It is Tigers ball out of the timeout. They will let it go into the backcourt for Kalen Brooks, the sophomore, who has 9 points. Guarded by Davis. Now to Mack.
Dodge one there.
A little bit of a collision, no call. Reed. Trying a handoff right on the sideline, gets it back to Brooks. And a
Killian.
whistle and a foul against O'Brien, who picks up his fourth foul. That will result in 2 free throws for Kalen Brooks.
Wrong guy you wanted to foul too.
81%er on the year so far. Young season, but that's a pretty impressive clip.
I got a credit or two. He ends over 80.
See what we've got. They want Jason Hess to back up.
They just gave him a warning for being on the floor looking for an explanation. That's a pretty quick whistle.
Not sure.
It is well within the coach's right to ask for an explanation, if you ask me. I think that's pretty common practice.
Finally get the ball to Brooks now for the first of 2 shots, and he missed it. Wow.
Dodged the bullet there again, David.
One more coming. I'm not sure if Jason was asking something of the officials or just trying to shout some instructions to his team. They weren't hearing him.
Wow.
Missed them both, but I have a lane violation, I think. It's going Ashland's way. So we stay tied.
Well, I don't want to push it too far, but I don't think I want Brooks at the line for 2 more. I don't think that'll be the outcome next time.
Ediger. Crucial possession here for the Arrows at the 2-minute mark. Baith driving to the hoop. Had it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay Ashland ball. Pretty good athletic play by Brooks.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame, right? Just athlete after athlete after athlete. Whether you're 6'3" and 200 pounds, you're still an athlete if you're in a senior high uniform.
Underneath O'Brien. Passing it in the lane. Out for 3. Whammo!
Puts the Arrows up by 3.
He has 41. Long 3 by Brooks. Weak side rebound for Corbin, and then he is fouled. I think O'Brien is going to be called on the foul or just knocking it out of bounds. 65-62 as Pax Ediger has 41 points.
41. markers tonight on fire, Ediger.
It was not a foul. Tigers ball on the inbound, 1:39 to go. It's a 3-point Ashland lead on the Ediger three. Brooks for three, short.
That's good effort. That's great effort by Killian O'Brien right there, getting up high to try and get that offensive rebound. Arrows get fortunate by it being knocked out of bounds on the Tiger hands.
Went off of Andrew Brooks, and now Ashland has the ball and a 3-point lead with 1:27 to go. Ediger finds Davis, and they call that an over and back. I'm not sure about that, but he caught it with his foot on the line, but you're allowed to advance the ball up the court. I'm not sure why that was a violation. Well,
what I will say, the Arrows had a mental breakdown there. Pax Ediger is back in the backcourt getting trapped, and the Arrows have to come back, set a screen, something to let him get unimpeded over half court and start the offensive set.
Driving Reed, swatted away by Reed Emmons on the rejection. They called a foul?
They called a foul on
Ediger, guilty of the foul. That's his second. So a critical over and back call against the Arrows. And now Mansfield trying to pull to within one with 1:14 to go. Rashad Reed will miss. He has 14 points on the night. He is a terrific foul shooter as well at 78%.
Well, if you stayed home to watch this one on your television, you missed some electricity inside Arrow Arena tonight. Great basketball game here. Another lane violation going the other way. That's on the TY Tigers.
Brooks is unhappy. But 2 missed foul shots. That's 4 in a row missed by the Tigers, and 2 lane violations, and now the Arrows turn it over on the inbound.
Goodness.
So that'll give it back to Mansfield. The full court pressure taking its toll. 1:13 on the clock.
Well, this is where, David, you've got to get the basketball in one, but you have to almost have set plays to get your guy with the ball loose so he has some space to dribble.
This is Mack. Mack almost lost it off the dribble. Underneath, it's Corbin, and he is fouled. O'Brien will make him earn it at the line. That'll be it for Killian O'Brien.
Yeah, that's a great foul. The last thing you want to do is get up and open uncontested dunk to Corbin right there. That's what we're going to look at. Great job by Killian O'Brien drawing his 5th foul. He's out of the contest, but you're going to have to go to the line, young man, and earn those 2 tally markers if you want to put those on the board.
Kingston Jenkins will come in. Ediger meets him with a word of encouragement.
And I love what the senior Ediger did there. He told Jenkins, get out there, be on the 3-point line. You know Ediger's going to give it his all to go get this a rebound if it does come off the iron.
First of 2 for DJ Corbin, who's had a terrific ball game, and he missed it 5 in a row.
I'll tell you, this is coming down to foul shooting here, and senior high just cannot make their foul shots. That's the reality where we're at right now. Plenty of opportunities for the guys in orange, but the Arrows dodging bullets here at the stripe.
Next shot, good. He has 14, 65-63. Now more full court pressure. They get it up the court with Baith. Now to Emmons. Emmons takes a dribble, and a whistle and a timeout taken by Jason Hess.
Right, Johnny on the spot. That was a travel by Reed right there. I think it was going to be called. They saw the official over there watching that intently, but fortunately for the Arrows, Jason Hess calls a timeout. To avoid that, we've got a 2-point basketball game under a minute to go, 56.4. Man, this one's been fun.
That did not look like it was developing well for the Arrows. And that timeout came, as you mentioned, in the nick of time. 1 timeout left for Jason Hess and 2 for Marquise Sykes. Stay tuned for our Janning postgame show. It's coming up with a postgame reaction and a statistical review. We'll recap it for you with our play of the game as well. This has been a fun night of basketball. The Arrows competing here in the second half, coming back from an 11-point deficit. Pax Ediger 41 points. I'm guessing that's a career high. I'm not sure, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to go with career high 41. He got in the mid-30s a few times last year, but I hadn't seen him, or at least recall him getting to a 40 number or north of that. So, yeah, I mean, let's be honest, I don't know what it is. I think it's around 50 for the single game record here inside our arena, and I'll tell you, I think he's got a chance to challenge that this year.
56 seconds left.
Could have challenged it tonight, to be honest.
Both teams over the limit foul-wise. Ediger is pushed from behind, and so he'll get 2 free throws here. I believe they got Reed on the foul as he made a quick cut trying to get open. This will be a chance to push it to a 4-point lead for the Arrows. Ediger hits. He's an 84% foul shooter on the year. 42 in the game. I believe this might be his first trip to the line tonight. Shot up and good. That's 43. He hasn't been there a lot. 67-63. Brooks.
Oh, boy.
He muscles it up. No call on the contact. Corbin gets the loose ball.
Play straight up defense.
Here's Mack for 3. Got his feet set, but it hit the side of the backboard.
Pull down.
Bates diving.
Pull down.
Gets it to Ediger. What a hustle play by the Arrows. We're going to see it here. Bates on the deck. Then Ediger was fouled. 32 seconds left. So you had Corbin picking up the rebound, but then the 3 ball went off the side of the backboard, and that's when everybody went diving to the floor. Ediger shoots and misses.
I think that was a little adrenaline.
One more shot. That one was a little strong off the back iron. Boy, what a hustle play by Bates. Shot good, and Ediger has 44.
44 points.
Wow. 68-63. It's Ashland's largest lead of 5 points. Corbin misses, but follows his own shot. Well, this guy has had an amazing game. He has 16 points. Timeout taken.
Corbin averages 5 markers a night per game, and he's got 16, so he's done his part. And, you know, really, he's picked up the slack by Kalen Brooks. Brooks is at 9 points, averages 22. So if that's going to be the case, somebody's got to step up for the senior high Tigers. It's been DJ Corbin tonight.
I have him for 11 rebounds and a double-double. So 68-65. That timeout was taken by Marquise Sykes, I believe. So each team has 1 timeout remaining as we take a peek into the Ashland huddle. Our 4th quarter brought to you by Comfort Control. Amazing comeback in the second half. Plenty to talk about on our Janney postgame show. Pax Ediger, 44 points. Far exceeding the room we have on our score sheets, Chris. It'll be Davis, Ediger, Baith, Emmons, and Jenkins.
So that is a new Ashland High School record for points in a game. It was previously at 42. 44 markers for Pax Ediger. That's now a record, looking to add on to that.
What a night. They'll get it to Baith. Long pass up court, Ediger. Got a man wide open. It's Jenkins. He scores. Give Ediger the assist. Jenkins first 2. 70-65. Long 3. O'Brien is blocked by Davis.
Shell-shocked inside Arrow Arena are all the Tigers and the fans as they exit outside Arrow Arena. Total amazement what the Arrows were able to do here in the second half.
No question. Come back to remember. Baith will be at the line. Baith at the line. He'll have 2 shots. This one is
important.
Missed the shot. 7.5 seconds left. Not a lot Mansfield can do.
Wow, this is one of the biggest wins, biggest upsets, I guess I'll say, just because of the way the contest started that I've seen in over 20 years here inside this gym.
Bates in, Jenkins out. Bates shoots and misses. Corbin another rebound.
No foul.
His 12th, and he will stop and pop and miss. It's an air ball, and that'll do it. Triple zeros on the scoreboard at Arrow Arena. It is a final. Ashland storms back, and they capture a 70-65 victory against a talented Mansfield Senior Tigers squad. An 11-point deficit in the third quarter, but led by senior Pax Ediger and his school record 44 points. The Arrows win 70-65. Ashland improves to 3-3. The Tigers drop to 4-2. Stay tuned. Our post-game show is right around the corner. Plenty of interviews and post-game reaction and a full recap coming up. Big win for the Arrows over their rival, the Tigers. Back with more in just a moment on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Welcome back to the Arrows postgame show. It's brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at Janney.com. That's JANNEY.com for all of your financial needs. David Wilson, Chris Mowry, Brandon Gunder here at Arrow Arena, where the Arrows have prevailed 70-65 over the Mansfield Senior TY Tigers. Second straight win for the Arrows, who are now 3-3, and they improved to 3-1 in the OCC. And after a 4-0 start, the Tigers have dropped 2 in a row, and they now stand at 4-2, 2-2 in the league. Post-game recap brought to you by your hometown law leader, law offices of Andrew Bush, located right here in Ashland, Ohio. It was 20-18 Senior after one. 33-28, a 5-point Tiger lead at halftime. That's when Ashland really started to fight their way back into the ball game. They outscored Senior 22-21 in the third quarter. That included getting down by 11 points at one juncture, 48-37, but fought back after 3 to trail by 4, 54-50. And then Ashland dominated the fourth quarter 20-11. Ashland wins it 70-65. So in the second half, Ashland prevailed 42-33 in the second half. Our player of the game is delivered to you by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. Pax Ediger has joined us here on Press Row, and he's with Chris.
Yeah, how about that performance? The Arrows come away with 70-65 win. Son, you just broke the all-time mark here, single game record with 44 markers, 42 points from Tom Malone back in, I believe it was the 70s. And I'm sure you were inside Arrow Arena when Luke Denbo did it. He knocked down 42. You know, I said on the broadcast, you were in the high 20s. I said, you know, Wells and I called an Alex Prescotter 53 piece here a couple years ago, and I said we might get close to that. You were just on fire. What did it feel like?
It was good, honestly. My three felt good in the first half, but I think it starts with defense first of all, and then just attacking the rim. We knew that they were going to pressure and space it out and attack them one-on-one. That was our plan.
Yeah, senior high is going to make you earn your points, right? Whether you're going to the goal, they're going to pound you. And whether, you know, it's the traps or the half-court pressure, full-court pressure, whatever. And it seemed like we were just turning the basketball over quite a bit in the first half. Was that an emphasis at halftime?
Yeah, I think we had maybe 11 turnovers in the first half, and our game goal is to be under 12 every game, so we knew we were struggling in that area. And then also rebounds. They had a bunch of rebounds in the first half, so I think we did a better job in the second half of getting some rebounds, and then just found some ways down the stretch to come up with easy baskets and just get some loose balls.
Well, you got a future as a broadcaster if you want it, because that's what I highlighted all through the first half was we were not putting heinies on anybody. You've heard me say that when you watch these back. And in the first half, it was offensive rebound after offensive rebound for senior high. And it's good to know you guys recognized that and made that a point of emphasis in the second half. Was that something Coach Hess and the staff talked about?
Oh, yeah. We knew that they were getting too many points off of offensive rebounds, and that just kills us, especially when we're playing pretty good defense. We just got to figure out ways to finish the possession. 44
points, 8 boards. I think the 8 boards were as important as the points. I know we got to score the basketball to win the game. That's obvious. But the rebounds came from you at the most appropriate times, and you're on the ground getting loose balls and fighting for them and doing everything you can from your team. Was the rebounding in the first half that you noticed? Did you say, all right, it's my time to go and try, and I've got to be a senior. I've got to go lead this squad trying to get glass?
Honestly, this year I just knew that we had to focus on rebounding, and I'd been doing decent, and I had a couple games where I slacked off, and I just did what we needed to do to win.
All right, man, I'm going to put you on the spot. You got a 50-piece in you?
We'll just have to see. I don't know.
All right, you're the Truax Printing player of the game. This might become old hat, no big deal. You might want to save these game to game to game. Before long, Sadie's going to have a steak dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Is that who you're taking again?
Yep.
Congratulations. A hell of a performance. A lot of fun to watch. You break the all-time scoring mark here inside Arrow Arena.
Thank you.
All right, good job. That's Pax Ediger, the Truax Printing player of the game.
Well, it was an amazing performance, and we appreciate Pax for stopping up here. We'll get Jason Hess's comments momentarily. Again, just an incredible night for Ediger. Our turning point of the game will be Pax's 3, which gave the Arrows a 65-62 lead. They never relinquished that lead. The turning point of the game built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right, on time. You see him on your screen there, the big man. Jason Hess is with Chris.
I had to get Gunder getting you in the frame. I could care less about me. They all want to hear from you, man.
But they don't want to look at me. I'm a made-for-radio type of guy.
What am I?
Well, I don't know. I'm
Ask
not going
Tara,
there.
she'll tell you.
I'm not going there.
Newspaper.
And I don't want to correct you guys because announcers and referees are never wrong.
That's right.
But I think the play of the game was Paxton Ediger diving on the floor for a loose ball when we were down 8 points, because the whole momentum shifted when our guys got on the floor and started getting after it. And when you see our best player, guy that put out 44 tonight, willing to get on the floor on the defensive end, I think everybody else rallies around it, and we went from there, and that's the difference between winning and losing.
You know, in the first half, Pax has got 19. That's a lot of points, right? But you didn't get a lot of scoring to go with him. Baith had 4. Emmons had 1-3. Got in foul trouble. Didn't play much of the first half, let's be honest. Ty Bates with a little bunny down there low. But without Pax Ediger, this is an ugly basketball game, and the Arrows did just enough in your squad to keep yourself in the game. 2 things I wanted to talk about. One, it was a turnover fest early in the first half for us, right? I mean, you saw it. And then boxing boxing out, rebounding was really difficult. Were those 2 big points of emphasis at halftime?
Those were big points of emphasis all week long. We just had to re-emphasize it at halftime. And I thought we did a much better job boxing out and rebounding, limiting Mansfield to 1 shot in the second half.
Totally agree with you. I said the same thing up here. And, 44 points from Ediger. Every time the kid steps on the floor, about the first 2 or 3 shots, when they are going down, you're like, okay, this could be one of those nights, right? Because when he catches fire, he's not like, some guys that are hot for about 3 or 4 possessions. He gets hot early, and he's hot the rest of the game. Did you think he had a 44 kind of piece night tonight?
Well, the coaches were joking around. They didn't realize he was at that point, and I'm like, well, guys, who's been scoring all our points? I mean,
exactly.
We got 70, and, it wasn't like we were having a bunch of guys just pouring them in. But the nice thing with Pax, not only can he get hot, and he made a lot of triples tonight, but he started to take the ball to the basket.
Yes.
And that's a difference. Not only is he taking the ball to the basket, he's going under control and he's finishing around the basket. He's had some instances earlier in the year where he's a little bit out of control. He's kind of hoping for a foul call or something. And tonight I thought he went to the hoop aggressively and just finished it at the rim. And if there was a foul, so be it. But he wasn't worried about that. He was worried about making the basket.
Well, you talked about, we've already highlighted the 44 points, but David had him for 8 boards too. That's a big deal. And I talked to him about that when he was up here with us. One of these guys with no Nathan Bernhard, you're going to have a cast of characters step up, right, and become, glass cleaners, right? Whether it's Pax tonight and, Gunnar Lacey tomorrow, whoever it might be, right? You're going to have guys willing to go up there and wipe some glass.
Yeah, and it's got to be a team effort, like you said. I mean, it's not going to just be one guy every night. It's going to have to be 5 guys not only committing to boxing out, but then going after the basketball. Sometimes I think we get in a habit of, hey, we boxed out, but we're going to let somebody else go get the rebound. And we've been trying to emphasize with our guys that, boxing out is only the first half of rebounding. The second half is going and getting the basketball. And, I thought Killian did a really good job tonight of going up and cleaning some off the glass.
I got to be honest. I got to ask you an honest question. At halftime, did you feel fortunate to be in the position where you were only trailing by 5 the way you guys played in the first half?
That is exactly what we told our guys. We said we turned it over 11 times, we gave up 9 offensive rebounds, and we're within 5 points, guys. And it's our ball coming out to start the half.
That's exactly what I said.
We can make it a 1-possession game here to start the third quarter. It took us a little longer to get going in the third quarter than I would have liked. It must have been a bad halftime speech. But, we'll film that and we'll look at it tomorrow and see if we can improve those halftime speeches.
Just put Vince Lombardi up there. Or, maybe this group will respond to Ditka.
Oh, I thought you were going to say put Vip on it.
No. What was Drip like there through all that? I didn't see him.
Well,
was he loud?
No. He keeps it pretty calm down there on the bench. Keeps us in check, but he was celebrating that big win for the JVs tonight. So,
yeah, it was a big one.
So he's riding high.
Yeah, well, he's going to go sling some bread tomorrow, Pepperidge Farms bread. But hey, the Arrows knock off a team that has always circled on the calendar every year. To knock down senior high is a goal, right? Every year, I think it is. Inside this program.
Exactly right, and I mean, especially for me personally, I came from the era of the late '90s and early 2000s, where I think senior high beat us 12, 14 times in a row. We finished second in the league at least 3 times straight to them.
Yeah.
That was always the rivalry. They were sending multiple Division I guys out. They were making trips to Columbus, and that was always the benchmark program in the area. And so this one means a little extra to me, but it also is one the guys won't forget for the rest of their lives.
Heck of a night inside Arrow Arena. The Arrows win by 5, 70-65 over the Mansfield Senior Tigers, 44 off the fingertips of Pax Ediger. Congratulations, Coach Hess.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Chris. What a night for the Arrows as they will prep for a home game on Tuesday against Lexington. But, man, what a night. And, Chris, I think we talked about the turning point being that 3, but Jason was talking about the diving plays, the hustle plays on the floor, and there was one late as well where I think about all 5 Arrows on a long rebound off a Mansfield miss ended up on the floor. The Arrows got the ball. I believe they got fouled and earned a couple foul shots. That was a big play as well.
Yeah, there's another one down here with Killian O'Brien on a play that he fouls out of the contest. Yeah. It's an wide open Corbin put back for 2. The game's going to go from 5 to 3. What's he do? He fouls him and doesn't allow him to get the shot off for a potential 3-point play. Huge momentum shift. He only makes 1 of the 2 and no 3-point play. And the Arrows, many points of this contest were able to, you could pinpoint and say that one, this one, that one. Oh, don't forget about that one. Just a game filled with opportunities and great plays here for the Orange and Black.
Yeah, they all added up to a win tonight. It was all synergy because it seemed like all of those hustle plays and the timely baskets added up to even more than their individual parts. But when the Arrows were down by 11, Chris, 48-37, they quickly went on an 8-1 run to get back into that ball game. I think that was probably as much of the turning point as the 3 by Ediger, but just to not fold the tent in that spot, I think said a lot about the character of these Arrows players.
And I think the Arrows understood and they accepted that this is going to have to be a scrappy bunch. This is going to have to be a bunch, like your coach has said, you're going to have to get on the floor. You're going to have to get your knees skinned up a little bit. You're going to have to go fight for those 50-50 balls. Look, we're not blessed with 3 Division I talents going to go play basketball out of our starting 5. It's just not the case. You're going to have to do the little things that don't show up in the stat sheet, and tonight the Arrows did that. And the other thing that I think it bears pointing out, and I was very honest with head coach Jason Hess, and I set it up here numerous times. We're turning the ball over every other possession. We're not boxing out. And what did he talk about with his squad? He was honest with them and said, guys, you're only down by 5 points, and we should be getting blown out by 25, essentially. I put those words in his mouth. But the reality is that's what could have happened in the first half. So sometimes, a team's got to take advantage of the opportunities they're given, and the Arrows did just that tonight.
Quick look at some of the scoring. I don't think we've done that in all of our excitement here, but as we get ready to wrap things up, Kingston Jenkins off the bench had a couple of points and a rebound. Killian O'Brien did not score in the ball game, but I had him for 6 boards and an assist, and had a couple hustle plays as well. One down here on our right, Chris. He kept a missed shot, and the ball alive, saved it inbounds. I think led to a bucket. Gabe Baith tonight, 10 points. I had him for 3 assists. And just looking at rebounds, I have him for 5. So that's a pretty good all-around game.
No question.
For Gabe Baith. Played the last few minutes with 4 fouls. Reed Emmons, 6 points and a rebound. Garrett Davis had 6 points, 4 boards. Ty Bates had a bucket and a rebound. And then it was all Ediger, who had 44 points, a school record, 8 rebounds in the ball game. I had him for an assist as well, for good measure. For senior, 8 points for Davion Mack, 9 for Kalen Brooks. Sammy Likely had a free throw. Devontae Johnson, 4 points. DJ Corbin was really Mr. Everything tonight. He had 16 points. I think I had him for 13 rebounds and a double-double. Andrew Brooks had 10 points, 14 for Rashad Reed, and 3 points for LeBron Williams, plus a couple of rebounds. Those are the scorers in the ball game. It'll all be about Pax Ediger this
As
evening.
it should.
44. But you know what? Again, and Jason was kind of referring to this. Somebody had to get him the ball.
Yeah.
And they did a great job moving the ball and sharing the ball tonight, and that helped Ediger build up a school record performance.
And speaking of that school record, let's give a shout out and a hat tip to Luke Denbo and both Tom Malone. They both held jointly the single game record at 42 points previously here for the Ashland Arrows, and as mentioned, 47 times. I'll make it 48 times. Pax Ediger now king of the throne with a single game performance of 44 points.
Yeah, incredible night. I was glad to be here watching it with you, my friend.
Absolutely, this is great.
I think your blood pressure went up a little bit the last few waning moments of that
No
game.
one will ever question my allegiance to the Arrows, will they, David?
All right, they're going to get the gym cleaned up and set up for a big game tomorrow as the undefeated Lady Arrows will take the court. They are 6-0 and alone in first place in the OCC. They've got a talented but young Dover team coming in, but we'll have coverage of that game starting at 1:30.
Yeah, super excited. Tune in, watch that one. I'll be on assignment. Aiden Chandler going to step into the right chair here and join you on the call. The Arrow ladies, always fun to watch play. They're really good and talented group. Come on out Saturday afternoon and support that squad here inside the arena.
All right, Chris, we will talk to you next time.
You
partner.
got it.
All right, special thanks to Brandon Gunder on a job well done at the controls. We thank all of you for your viewership. We thank all of our great sponsors, including our presenting sponsor, Sarber Paving. For Chris Mowry, it's David Wilson now, reminding you once again of the final score. The Arrows over the Tigers this evening, 70-65. You've been watching the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network on YouTube, presented by Sarber Paving.